Hello everyone, my name is Burak. I'm an investment and immigration advisor for foreigners in Turkey. Today we are going to explore the education system in Turkey, especially for the kids of the foreigners living in this country. We are going to explore the education system, types of school, types of diplomas, and the international school in Turkey. I hope it will help you to make the decision for the future of your children in Turkey. The first section is about the overview of the education system in Turkey. In Turkish education system, there are four main stages. The first stage is the primary education, which is compulsory for everyone, and it takes 4 years. It's between ages 5 and 9. After the student finishes the primary education, then automatically enrolls to the secondary education, which is again for 4 years, and it's between ages 10 and 13. After the student finishes the secondary education, then the student takes high school placement exam, and according to the score on that exam, the student can choose high school. The high school education is 4 or 5 years, depending on if the high school is a preparatory class for foreign language. The high school is between 14 years and 17 years. After the student finishes the high school, again the student takes a university placement exam, and according to the school score on that exam, the student can choose which universities they want to go. And then the student starts to the higher education stage. It comprises universities and also the vocational schools, and there are some special institutions for higher education. In the second section, I will give you the difference between public schools and private schools in Turkey. In the education system in Turkey, the education is compulsory until 17 years old, so until finishing high school, everyone should take the education. Public schools are free of charge, however, the language is in Turkish, and the student needs to learn Turkish to succeed in the courses. There are many families, there are many foreigners, they send their kids to public schools. The kids learn Turkish, integrate with the other classmates, and they succeed in the school. However, there are some families, when the student comes to Turkey first, they prefer private schools or international schools to make the adaptation easier because of the language barrier. So, in the coming section, I will give you examples of some private schools and international schools in Turkey, and how can families enroll their children to these schools. In the third section, I will give you brief information about private schools and international schools in Turkey. Usually, we advise families to enroll their students to international schools and private schools because the language is given in foreign languages such as English, French, or German. And also it's easier for the students to adapt to the Turkish education system in these schools. And one main advantage is that many of these international schools, they give international diploma such as IB, which is International Baccalaureate, or if they are following the education system of a foreign country such as France or Germany or the UK, they can also give the specific diploma type or equivalency diploma with these countries. There are some private and some international schools that I can mention here. For example, personally, I took my secondary education in TED College in Ankara, and I learned my English there. So that school, there were also some international people while I was studying there, and it was quite a decent school since I personally know there. There are also other private schools and international schools such as Robert College, which is a very good high school in Turkey. There is also German high school, which is Deutsche Schule. They also give very good education. And there are lots of French high schools and French secondary schools such as Petit Prince, Saint-Joseph or Notre Dame de Sion. These are also quite good high schools. And finally, there is also British International School in Turkey. Note that these high schools and secondary schools, they are a little bit pricey compared to the free education in public schools. but I can tell that it's worth it if you have the budget, because your kids can learn the Turkish language in those schools. They can get easily adapted to the Turkish classmates. And since the primary educational language is in English, in German, or in French, whichever you choose, it will give the student, your kid, more room to learn Turkish in the future easily. Instead of going to the public school and directly taking all the lessons in Turkish, this enrolling your kid to the private school or to the international school will give some gap time to learn the Turkish in the coming months. In the fourth section, I'm going to talk about the diploma types and the recognition of Turkish schools' diplomas worldwide. If the student goes to an international school or a private school with an IB program, and IB stands for International Baccalaureate, the student can use that diploma when he or she goes abroad, and it will give them international recognition easily. So, for example, if a student finishes a French high school in Turkey, and if that school gives a French equivalency of high school diploma, then that student can easily go to France, enroll to a university in France, and usually the French school, the French higher education institution, will not ask for additional documents or any additional courses to be taken in France, since that diploma also stands as a French equivalent diploma. The same is also applicable to German schools in Turkey, and also if the school follows the IB program. Also, many higher education institutions worldwide, they accept IB diploma. If the student takes courses with the Turkish curriculum, again that curriculum is also recognized by many countries. However, in some countries, such as the good universities in the UK, they might ask the student to take additional courses before starting the higher education or before starting the bachelor's. For example, I heard about many cases. The foreign students, they study in Turkey, they get the Turkish diploma from a Turkish public school, then they enroll to a university in the UK, and that university in the UK might ask the student to take 1 year preparatory class of maths or general sciences before starting their degree abroad. Section 5. Language requirements and compulsory courses. Regardless of the school type that your kid is going, Turkish language education is a compulsory course, and the student needs to learn Turkish language as a secondary language. Also, there are compulsory courses about Turkish history, Turkish geography, and about the civics in Turkey. The student also needs to do those courses, and it will help the student to integrate with the Turkish society and have a general understanding about Turkey. In the final section, I'm going to give tips for foreign families who are about to make a decision about their child's education in Turkey. First of all, make a research about the schools and understand which school fits to your interest and fits to your child's education the best. You can visit the schools, you can talk with the teachers. Usually the schools, they organize events in the summertime to give information to parents and to families about their school. So you can visit the school with your children and you will see if they like the school or not. And other than that, also you can encourage the language learning of your child. It's very important to learn the Turkish language because it will also help your child to communicate with the classmates and to have a social sphere in the school. So it's better that you encourage your child to learn the Turkish language as soon as possible. You can encourage that learning at home, or you can encourage that learning at the street as well. And also finally, please be patient and understanding to your child, because changing the education system, changing the language, and also changing the location and all the friends, it's a quite difficult process. So you can be more patient and understanding to your child, and you can try to understand them, you can listen to them, and also you can encourage them to integrate with his or her friends at the school. Thank you very much for watching this video. It will help you to give a better informed decision about the education of your kid. If you have any questions, you can always comment it and I will reply that as soon as possible. Also, I would kindly ask you to subscribe to my channel if you want to be informed about the future content. Thank you very much and I wish you a great day in Turkey.